So last week, I went on a minor league road trip where I visited the Brooklyn Cyclones, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, and the Syracuse Mets and saw some of the top prospects in the Met system. For a Friday Farm Report, this special YouTube only edition of Locked On Mets will be a breakdown of the videos I took during those games. You'll see top prospects like Mark Vientos, Brett Baty, Ronnie Mauricio, and Francisco Alvarez, as well as Nick Plummer, as I go through what I saw when I was on my minor league road trip.
You are Locked On Mets, your daily New York Mets podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello to all you amazing Mets fans. You're watching Locked On Mets, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Ryan Finkelstein. If you want to find any of my work, follow me on Twitter at FinkelsteinRyan. You can also find some of my writing at justbaseball.com, where I work as the managing editor. Now, we're going to begin our video breakdowns with Ronnie Mauricio. Throughout my trip, there was one takeaway I had. It's that I love what I saw from Ronnie Mauricio. I don't look at Mauricio as anything more than a Joey Gallo type right now. I think that he's going to be huge on strikeouts. He's going to try to be patient. We're seeing that. He wants to get in hitters' count so he can really eat and try to ambush pitches. But when he falls behind, when he gets 2 strikes on him, you're going to see him have to waste a bunch of pitches. And in Double A, he can get by like that. The question is, at the big leagues, where pitchers are better at putting you away, can he still get by? But we're going to hear soon as some loud contact on a double right after this swing, and you'll see the power potential of Mauricio. Unfortunately, I don't have his second at-bat here where he did hit a home run. If you go to my Twitter, you can find it, but I lost that video across my travels somehow. Here's what I like about Ronnie Mauricio again. He's trying to lift everything, and he's trying to get himself in good counts. You're going to see him now, I think, take until he gets a first strike to try to get into those hitters' counts, and he's going to take those massive hacks like you just saw. He's going to continue to try to lift. This one was a fly out in the 5th. He also had a sac fly we're about to watch in the 8th. My favorite part about this final at-bat of the day is Ronnie Mauricio has a great take in here. So there he's sitting 1-0. Hates this call. Did not like that outside pitch. Here's another one. Really hates this call. Really does. But he's still going to end up driving the baseball in this at-bat. He wastes one there, and you're going to see he's still trying to lift, and he's trying to draw one out. That's the take right there. That's the take. If he can take that pitch and not let it strike him out, he's going to be able to really do a lot better than I think I initially anticipated when watching him. But watch the pitch that he hits to the warning track here. That's low. That's in the other's batter's box. He takes that and he puts it, 10 feet away from a home run. What I think is going to be really impressive from Mauricio at one point is, can he miss-hit balls in small ballparks and hit home runs? Right now, though, you're just watching Francisco Alvarez take absolute hacks. He really did nothing in this game. Struck out in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, popped out in the 5th, and grounded out in the 7th. And so you're seeing here not a lot of great results for Francisco Alvarez. But the thing about him, to me, is such a high-effort player. Every single swing, it's just so much effort. Even his takes, it feels like there's a lot of effort into it. Just watch the way he can kind of labor through an at-bat. And this is something that doesn't concern me, but does point to what I was discussing on the podcast, I believe, last week, where I said that this is a guy who I think will DH about half the time when he gets into his career. This was the walk, as you see. But Alvarez, again, he's not going to get cheated. Every single swing, you can feel the wind from the bat speed this guy generates. And so I do think that he's going to have a really good approach and figure it out as a hitter. I wanted to leave this in here just to watch the way he trudges back to the plate. And you can see what I'm talking about a high-effort player. There's a lot that goes into this. So you saw him really gas when he tries to leg out the ground out later in this game. So that's the thing about Francisco Alvarez to me, is I just wonder over a full season, I can't see him with the effort he's going to put into his at-bats be able to catch 140 games without getting really gassed. The Mets are going to have to be really careful about how they really manage him. But the potential is so incredible. And to me, the vision and the dream is that he'll be able to catch, every game of a playoff series, right? You just want to get him there and get him there healthy. But look, here's the pop-up, gets under it. Here's a guy that I think is getting pitched very tough right now. He's number one on the scouting reports. And so it's going to be a difficult time for him to figure things out. Here's the ground out and watch him try to beat it out. Unable to do so, and that was his day. Again, not a lot to talk about. Brett Baty, one of the videos I wasn't able to put in here, and if you want to see it, let me know in the comments, and I'll just throw it up unedited. The problem was I took a vertical video when I first got there. Baty started the day with the 15-pitch at bat where he fouls off 8 pitches. Really good plate discipline from Brett Baty, and he ended up grounding out in that at bat. In this one, what you're about to see is you're about to see him fly out, but just listen to the sound of the bat when he does. Now, you're about to watch the same strikeout twice. I didn't have the video of Brett Baty's first at-bat, and then I duplicated this one. So you're going to see him strike out on the same pitch here. And I thought for a second, well, wow, he just struck out identically 2 times in a row. And then when I looked back at my notes, I realized same at-bat. But you see him unable to hit that ball up and out of the zone. That's certainly some plays that I think that pitchers are going to continue to attack him until he can learn how to lay off of that pitch. And again, that was the same strikeout twice. Now this brings us to Mark Vientos. As you'll see with Vientos, similar to Alvarez, absolute hacks. All these guys really taking just monster cuts in there. This is going to end up being a strikeout. We're going to see him get fooled and strike out looking. You'll also see in his third at bat a pretty ugly swinging strikeout from Mark Vientos, who was struggling at the time of this video, but he has come out of it ever since on a little bit of a hot streak as of late. He's hit 3 home runs since this game. Actually, 4 home runs. Had homered again on Thursday night. Here, you see him get into a good count, and he ends up, hitting the ball very hard. Finds a hole. Nice base hit from Mark Vientos. Good to see him at least get one knock, and as I said, he's really started to come out of it as of late. This is the at-bat where you're going to see him look pretty ugly out there. I do think that overall, if you look at Mark Vientos' swing, there's not too many moving parts that he should continue to have these prolonged struggles. I always loved his swing, his setup. Very simple, able to generate just a ton of game power. If he can, have the good discipline, lay off some of these bad pitches that we're going to eventually see him swing at, he's going to be fine, but maybe this is just a sign of him pressing, trying to do a little bit too much. And I believe this is the one that's going to be in the dirt that he's going to strike out on, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. Laid off that one, but the pitcher goes right back to the well and is able to get Mark Vientos to chase and strike out here. So that was Vientos' day. 1 hit, couple strikeouts. Not great. Here's Nick Plummer. There was already a strike before that one, so he's sitting 0-2. You're going to see him get punched out real quick here. Struggling against the left-handed pitcher. And there he goes. Down goes Plummer. Once again, you're going to see Nick Plummer fail to do anything, but he's able to lay off some bad pitches. That one, kind of debatable, but called a strike. Big cut. Now he's behind in the count. And I can't remember if he strikes out on this pitch or not, but the last at-bat you will see is a Nick Plummer home run that will close out our highlights. There is the strikeout from Nick Plummer. I do think that, again, we're talking about a simple approach. He really is just preloaded there, uses athleticism to explode, and you'll see he's able to generate a ton of pop. This time, he does get himself into a really good count. Should have been 3-0. I think he checked the swing there. They called it a strike, but Doesn't matter, sitting 2-1 against a left-hander. He's going to go dead central. That's going to be all for this special edition of Locked On Mets. I hope you guys like this content, a little bit different than what we normally do on the show. I'm going to head out to Port St. Lucie at some point next week, or I'll catch them on the road as I do live in South Florida, so I can check out Alex Ramirez and some of the good pitching they have down there. And we'll see if I can put together something similar when it comes to another Farm Report next week. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Finkelstein Ryan and follow the show at Locked On Mets.